What?
I just don't like this, Julia. It's dangerous.
Lawrence, don't test my patience. Lawrence Patterson, get back up. I have stood by you all these years while you wasted our money on things for you. Replacing the boiler, fixing the roof, your knee surgery.
It wasn't a complete waste of money.
It was! Look at us now. One day, probably very soon, one of us is going to die. And I'm going to be left behind not having been on stage in over a decade. And it wouldn't hurt you to move about a bit. You look like a nervous surgeon. You're sawing a woman in half. You're meant to enjoy it. No! Try to put your back into it a bit this time, won't you?
Listen to me, Julia. Just don't. I'm just trying to find the switch.
Jesus wept, Lawrence! Are you trying to give me a heart attack? You bloody sod! You did that on purpose! Lawrence Patterson, in 37 years of marriage, I've never been as angry as I am now. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. Oh my God. There's going to be a funeral. I'm having a funeral. I do not want a cheap ceremony.
Samantha, this is the gentleman I was telling you about.
It says here you're going to saw your wife in half, Mr. Patterson. My sincere condolences.
Thank you.
I was lucky enough to see your little show way back in '75 at the Palladium. I was very fond of it, actually.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not so much the follow-up show. A little dated, I thought.
I will actually perform a new trick.
Can you please hurry us along?
Cool. You will see that my back is turned. This is to allow somebody to move the cups from my table so that I do not know which cup has a nail underneath. As I perform this very daring act, I will ask you all to clap. I will now use my powers to determine which cups are safe. I now have a 50-50 decision to make. I will turn my back once more.
Hello, Lawrence.
I will ask someone to move the cups again, so that I do not know which cup has a nail underneath. I will now use my powers to protect myself from danger.
Would you like to run that under attack, Mr. Patterson?
How's the hand? Lawrence? Lawrence?
What?
I was hoping to surprise you in prison this morning, but it seems that murder's no longer a crime.
It was an accident, Julia.
You sawed me in half.
Yes, and that was both our faults, but mostly it was an accident. I didn't expect to see you again. Where have you,
Brighton.
What?
Brighton. I went to catch up with Sue.
Your Sue?
My Sue.
Dead Sue?
Dead Sue.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself, Julia, because while you were gallivanting around in Brighton, I was left to contact the funeral director, pick the flowers and the hymns, choose the coffin, and arrange the burial spot. And as usual, I did everything.
You did what?
I did everything.
I was buried.
What?
You buried me.
Well, yes, I thought it a tad morbid to leave you in the loft.
I wanted to be cremated.
Huh?
I want to be cremated, and I want my ashes scattered on the stage.
Right.
I told you at least 1,000 times.
Well, it's not that simple,
Fix
Julia.
it.
Fix it.
Yes. Fix it!
This is ridiculous.
Well, you're the one wanted to come and organise some half-assed anti-funeral. I wanted you to dig me up.
Then what? Pop you in a wheelbarrow and cremate you in the garden.
Oh, Lawrence. This limited edition Charles and Diana commemorative urn features a one-of-a-kind print of the two at their 1981 wedding. Whether a grieving relative or avid collector, this piece would add a touch of class to any mantelpiece. Oh, Lawrence, that is beautiful, isn't it? It's fantastic.
It's fantastically expensive, Julia.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Patterson. What can I do for you?
It's my wife, Julia. She wants to be cremated.
Oh,
Well, she wasn't.
no.
Could she be?
Could she be what?
Cremated.
Mr. Patterson, it's understandable what you're going through. We all want to spend more time with our loved one.
But is this really what you want?
Would Mrs. Patterson be happy being dug up after having spent a week in the ground?
Yes.
Look, Mr. Patterson, there is the sanctity of the turf to consider. I mean, there are legal costs, there are exhumation costs. The costs could end up being astronomical.
Oh, I don't know why I even bother.
Well, we do have joint life cover and money and property and money and possessions.
Yeah?
And we would be looking at a fantastically expensive cremation service.
I see. Genevieve!
Yes, Jeremy?
Would you come in here for a minute, please? Would that be cash or check?
Yes, cash or check. Julia? Julia?
I've been robbed.
Oh, Julia, hi.
Lawrence, I've been robbed.
When? What did they take?
Me! I went to the cemetery today and some thieving sod had dug me up.
You asked me to do that.
Oh, wait. What would I... I'm being cremated.
It's already happened.
Oh, Lawrence. Did they say when we could scatter my ashes?
That's the thing.
What?
Well, I spoke to the Theatre Royal. They said we weren't allowed to do it.
Why?
Oh, just a big deal with the head of cleaning getting into a dicky fit. That's strict.
Oh, Lawrence.
It's don't worry.
I'll get it. More props.
Yeah. More props. This you.
It's us.
Evening.
Evening.
Where are you going?
Forgot my wand.
Okay, sir. Do you mind if I check which act you were with earlier?
It's probably under the compendium of top hat.
Tricks.
Tricks. I'll just check.
Top hat tricks.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. Should have guessed.
Lawrence.
Shh. It's okay.
Lawrence. My urn.
Is it the right one?
Yes. It's beautiful.
All clear? Thanks, guys.
That's our cue, I think. Mademoiselle Jardine.
This brings it all back. I remember when I had to shout it out right to the back. Ladies and gentlemen, the great movie!
Thank you.